Hi, welcome back to the Bright Light Wellness YouTube channel. Today, I'm excited to give you a little bit of an intro of homeopathy today. I use classical homeopathy, which means one remedy at a time. So I have found that to be effective and the most supportive to the immune system, where you're not overwhelming it with too many things. And actually taking too many remedies together or combination remedies can actually antidote homeopathy. So I'm going to talk to you today about what is homeopathy from a classical standpoint. So you may not know this, but homeopathy is actually an ancient system of medicine created by the late and great Dr. Samuel Hahnemann, who was a chemist and a scholar and a physician. This system of medicine is based on the law of similars. This law states that a disease can be cured by a substance if that substance can cause in a healthy person similar symptoms to those of the disease. The word homeopathy actually means similar suffering. So what does that mean? Homeopathy gives you a small stimulus. It's actually an energetic stimulus that is similar or like your suffering. It would actually produce those same symptoms in a healthy person. So let's take, for example, sulfur, homeopathic remedy sulfur. If you take the homeopathic remedy sulfur continuously, you will actually develop proving symptoms, as long as it's not your constitutional remedy, but you will actually, what we develop what's called proving symptoms. And now this means that it will start showing you what the remedy can support or cure in the person who has the disease state that needs sulfur. So, for example, if you take sulfur, you might wind up having burning feet that you stick your feet out of the covers. You might be really aggravated by heat. Your discharges may become very smelly. You have smelly stool, smelly urine, smelly perspiration. You might become more lazy, more messy, more of a person who has a lot of theories. You may be adverse to eggs and require or be thirsty for ice cold drinks very often. You have a strong thirst, right? These are some of the symptoms that sulfur can create in a healthy person, but also cure in the sick person. So homeopathy uses like cures like. Whereas allopathic medicine uses the law of opposites. You give something that suppresses that symptom. Homeopathy supports the body's healing process by giving a similar substance that can actually uproot the disease or uproot the issue, right? And bring it to a cure, because it actually just nudges the immune system. It catalyzes the vital force, the immune system, whatever you want to call it, in the right direction so it can do some self-healing. And this way, your body does the heavy lifting. It's like taking your immune system to the gym, right? Your body does the work. Okay, and that's the big difference also. Homeopathic remedies are derived from natural sources in our environment, including minerals like sulfur, like mercury, like arsenic amalgam, which is arsenic, like borax, which is a mineral, or trying to think of other ones, zinc, which is a mineral, all the minerals, or the phosphorus, all the minerals. There's a remedy for them. Iodine, plants, like different plants, some substances like arnica, like pulsatilla, stramonium, haciamos, belladonna is a plant, berberis is a plant. They come from plants, and they also come from animals like sepia. Lachesis is actually snake venom, or apis is the honeybee venom. There's also ones from like the milk of animals. There's all kinds of different remedies that can come from animals, minerals, or plants, but they are all from nature, right? I think of like homeopathy is like nature's medicine kit, because all of the remedies come from nature, right? They are diluted down in such a degree that only the energy of the substance remains. That's all that's left, is just the energetic imprint, okay? Because they are diluted and succussed. That's the process that homeopathy goes through. And this actually helps remove the toxicity of the medicine. So instead of you taking it in a toxic form that's going to cause negative side effects and have negative effects on your body. You're taking it in this super ultra diluted form that only has the energetic imprint left. This is why some people say it's bogus and it doesn't work, which is absolutely untrue if you understand the energetics, the quantum way that the body works and how the body actually heals and works at a subatomical level. We are not biochemical. We are energy and light beings, and homeopathy aligns very well with that. Anyway, so it's a form of quantum energy medicine that works on strengthening the person's entire vital force. Homeopathy is integrated into national healthcare systems in many other countries like Germany, India, Brazil, Mexico, Pakistan, United Kingdom. It is proven to be safe and effective, but it's kind of a threat to other kinds of medicines. And that's why it's not as widely practiced today. I actually have a video which explains why you don't know about homeopathy and explains that. It's still up as far as I know. So hopefully it's there. Now homeopathy views a person, it's an entirety, okay? It doesn't break the body down into biological individual parts that are misfiring. Instead, homeopathy treats the individual based on their unique mental, physical, and emotional symptoms in that present moment. It's highly individualized medicine. So what does that mean? So it's not like you say, oh, I've got a bladder infection, but I also have depression, and I'm going to go to two separate places and treat that. No, I'm going to treat those two things together because these things are likely connected, which they always are. So it treats the physical and the mental, emotional, right? And it's individualized because every person that experiences, say, UTI is going to experience that differently. Some people may have burning at the beginning of urination. Some people may have burning at the end of urination. Some people may have burning while they're not urinating. Some people may have scanty urine. Some people may have copious urine, right? Everybody who experiences bladder infection is going to experience it slightly different. And homeopathy takes that into consideration where it's treating you, not the disease diagnosis. Okay. That's the major difference with homeopathy. So, yeah, really, really important distinction. And it's also, it's highly individualized, and it also is treating the totality of symptoms. So it helps bring the entire organism back to balance. Of course, this can take a few remedies, and it's not like you take one remedy and you're going to be cured, or everything's going to be a-okay. But over time, it will help strengthen your vital force, and your immune system will start working and responding more appropriately. Homeopathy pulls diseases out by the roots. It can uproot acute conditions and chronic conditions when the correct indicated remedies are chosen in the correct sequence for the individual. How does homeopathy do this? By listening to you, by analyzing you, by finding the remedy that matches you and your individual unique symptoms that you are currently expressing on the mental, physical, and emotional level. So when you meet with a classical homeopath who's going to give you one remedy only and see how your body does with that, you will be asked you'll be an in-depth consult with a series of questions to try and find the remedy that matches you. Okay, so it doesn't matter that you have depression. It doesn't matter that you have anxiety. We don't treat anxiety. We treat you. What is your anxiety about? Can you not fly? Are you afraid alone at night in the dark? Can you never be alone? Do you have panic attacks? Are you afraid of elevators? Is it heights? Is it all of those things? Is it about your health? Are you hypochondriacal about your health? You have to go to every doctor because you have anxiety about your health. Do you fear cancer? Do you feel you're going to die? Do you feel you have this incurable disease? You have, you despair your recovery. We take into consideration all of these things, okay? And it's really, really important. An initial intake will take about at least an hour or more and is much more in depth than any kind of allopathic intake, which takes about 7 to 10 minutes, where it's truly impossible to understand the depths of a person's suffering. So that's a little bit about homeopathy. I hope that was helpful, so you can understand how it works and what it can do. So I think we're going to need to stop there because I don't want to give too much information at once, but that's what homeopathy is. I can also say that homeopathy comes in little pilules or pellets. So they are the energetic imprint of the remedy is imprinted onto either lactose or sugar or alcohol. So most of them come in pellets. They can be made into water doses by dissolving them into water, and I will teach you how to do that. And they also can come in liquid dosage, which is the remedy that's been diluted and succussed. And diluted just means that we take one drop and then we add it to water, right? So that's diluted. Some remedies are diluted so much that they're diluted. I'll go over potencies in another video, but they are diluted, 1 times 50,000 or 1 times 100,000 or 1 times 10,000 or 1 times 1,000. So they're diluted 1,000 times with that one drop in each one. So we take one drop of the remedy, put it into water, succuss it 100 times, then we take another drop, put into water, succuss it 100 times until we get to the amount of succussion and dilution that we actually need. And the reason for this succussion and dilution was because Hahnemann, who discovered homeopathy, actually was a medical doctor who wanted to find a better way to help his patients so they weren't having so many side effects from their medications. He was actually upset with Western medicine and how it wasn't really, getting to the root cause of the issue. So he decided, okay, he discovered homeopathy, which was China, which he discovered can help with malaria, and through his own provings that he did on himself. That's another conversation. But what he found is that the more he diluted it, the stronger they were, and the better the healing outcomes were, and the less they would disturb the system. Let's put it that way. So actually very interesting about homeopathy, the higher dilution the medicine is, the more dilute it is, the more potent it is, and the more powerful it is. So it's kind of a whole different paradigm shift in how we view medicine, but I'm really excited to bring it back into the light for you guys. So I hope this was interesting. I hope you learned a little bit about what homeopathy is, and hopefully I've generated some interest. On myself. Homeopathy has been a game changer. It has been the thing that has made the biggest impact on my healing of my chronic diseases. So I am highly passionate about it. And I do offer acute conditions, which is something like a cold or a strep throat or a pneumonia or an ear infection. Like an acute that you get is like a short-term illness, right? I can support that with homeopathy. That is on my website. And I also have chronic, consultations where I can support you on something like insomnia that you've been having, or obesity, or chronic bladder infections like I had, or Hashimoto's, hypothyroidism, whatever it is, right? I can support you on that. Anxiety, depression, all the things. So check out my website, and of course, share this video, like this video, all the things, right, that you're supposed to do. Subscribe, yay, to my YouTube channel, and I'll continue to share more. And if you want to learn more, also check out my Instagram, bright_light_wellness, and also check out my podcast, which I do with my amazing co-host, Heather Crimson. It is called The Quantum Connection. So you can also learn more about me there as well. Have an awesome day.